All right, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something super important for anyone who owns property right here in Fort Collins. We're talking about finding a roofing partner who actually gets what our local climate is all about.
And it's a really good question to ask yourself, right? Because a roof out here, it's not just a roof. It's your #1 shield against some pretty wild weather we get. So when we say Colorado weather, what does that even mean? Let's get into it. It's way more than just 4 nice, neat seasons. Nope. It's more like a constant onslaught of extremes that really test your roof. Okay, so take a look at this. This is basically the gauntlet your roof has to run every single year. And it's not just one of these things, it's all of them together. You've got intense hail that can just shred shingles, you've got the crazy weight of heavy snow, and then those wild temperature swings, where it's freezing at night and sunny in the afternoon, that makes your roofing materials expand and contract, which just destroys the seals. Throw in some high winds and that intense Colorado sun, and yeah, you can see why a normal roof just doesn't stand a chance here without the right kind of care.
So the big question is, who do you even call for this? Who can you trust to handle these very specific Fort Collins problems? And really, this is exactly why you need a local expert, not just some random company.
Yeah, this quote right here, it says it all. The magic words are unique challenges. It's not about just having a crew show up. It's about having a team that knows our weather in northern Colorado. It tells me they're thinking about the right materials for our kind of hail, our snow loads, our sun. That's the key.
And look, they're not just talking the talk. They've actually walked the walk. They're working in our neighborhoods, Old Town, the Harmony Corridor, University Acres. That means they have real, on-the-ground experience with the kinds of roofs we have right here in Fort Collins, whether it's a home or a local business.
Okay, so what does that local know-how look like in practice? Well, it's one thing to know the problems, but it's another to have the right solution for every single type of roof out there.
And as you can see, they pretty much cover everything you'd find in Fort Collins. For houses, it's your typical repairs and replacements. But they also get into the more specialized stuff, like commercial flat roofs and those really tough industrial systems. Things like EPDM, that's a super durable rubber material, or TPO, the heavy-duty stuff.
And that's what's so great. They're versatile. They're not just a one-trick pony trying to sell you the only thing they know how to do. Got regular asphalt shingles? No problem. A fancy standing seam metal roof? They've got you. Even the classic stuff like slate or cedar, they know how to handle it all.
But it's not all about hammers and nails. The technical stuff is huge, of course, but what about the experience? It really comes down to feeling taken care of, from that first phone call all the way to the end of the project. It's about that peace of mind.
So here's how they make it easy on you. It all starts with a free inspection. No pressure, no strings attached, just an honest look at what's going on up there. Then, of course, you get the expert installation. But here's a huge one. They'll actually help you deal with the insurance company after a storm, which is a massive headache saver. And on top of all that, everything's backed by a solid warranty. You really can't beat that.
And I just want to repeat this because it's so important. That first step, getting an expert to come out and tell you what's really going on with your roof, it costs you zero. Nothing. It's a totally free way to get the facts.
All right, so let's pull this all together. We've talked about the crazy weather challenges here in Fort Collins, and we've talked about a local team that's ready to handle them. So, what's next?
It's actually super simple. The first thing to do to make sure your property is safe is to just schedule that free inspection. Honestly, it's the easiest way to know for sure that your roof is ready for the next big storm.
And here's the number you'll need. This is for the local Fort Collins team. Just give them a call at 970-514-7905, and they can get you all set up.
So we're going to end with the same question we started with, because let's be honest, in Fort Collins, it's never a question of if we'll get another big storm, it's only a matter of when. And being prepared, well, that's not just a smart move, it's how you get real peace of mind.